Hi everyone, welcome to our Q&A panel with Groundswell Cloud Solutions. Aside from being one of our generous sponsors for nwHacks this year, Groundswell is a leading cloud-based consulting firm dealing with Salesforce solutions. Today we have three lovely guests from the company to answer any of your questions, which you can drop in the Groundswell Q&A channel in Discord. Joining us today are Catherine, a marketing assistant, Stefan, a talent acquisition manager, and Liesel, an HR coordinator. While I allow them to introduce themselves, please feel free to drop any more questions you have on Discord, so we'll have plenty to ask them. Okay, so let's start with Catherine.
Yeah, I'm a marketing assistant here at Groundswell, and I coordinate the blog posts that you see on our website, the LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and I'm with the engagement team. So I help us help the engagement team market towards in the Salesforce ecosystem clients that are the projects that you all work on.
Stefan, do you want to go next?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm Stefan. I'm the talent acquisition manager for Groundswell. I've been with the company for 2 years now, and I handle everything related to hiring for all the different wonderful opportunities at Groundswell, as well as partner with the business and the entire HR team on different opportunities and different projects. But my main priority is hiring.
And Liesel, we'll go to you next.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm the lucky one who gets to work with these two and the rest of the team. And I guess the best part of my job is really the people, which sounds so corny for an HR coordinator to say, but Groundswell is really special in that way. People truly care about each other. And even though they're incredibly smart, they're so humble and kind. And so I think it's an awesome place to be an intern. And if you want to really up your game and learn and push yourself to, be better every day, this is a place for you.
Great. Thank you, all three of you, for your answers. Starting off, we have a question from Jason. So what exactly is Salesforce, and where does Salesforce fit in with your day-to-day operations?
I can take this one. Well, to start off, Salesforce is one of the world's biggest and best cloud-based technology platforms. It also happens to have the world's best cloud-based CRM. But one of the really cool things about Salesforce, because it's really come a very long way since its inception in 1999, is the fact that, first of all, as a cloud technology platform, it really helps out across a very wide range of sectors and industries. But it also has individualized cloud domains that address specific and individual sectors and industries. But what's very interesting about it is that it is highly customizable. And so it makes work and solutioning and building different solutions in cloud very interesting because of that. How it fits into the Groundswell model, well, I guess you could say it's pretty much our bread and butter. Groundswell was initially founded by our CEO, Brian Weeb, who's a veteran in Salesforce. He used to work with Salesforce for a very long time before he branched out and built Groundswell. And it was very much a passion for technology and a passion for Salesforce, but also a passion for doing really interesting and cool and challenging stuff with the cloud technology in Salesforce. And that's really how they fit together.
Yeah, thank you so much for that answer. It was very detailed and insightful. While we wait for some more questions to be entered into Discord, I'll ask some of my own. So I guess you gave an intro to Salesforce, which is what Groundswell mainly works with. Would you like to introduce Groundswell, the company itself, a little bit? When it was founded, how many companies, or how many employees you have, where it's based, et cetera, et cetera. I'll allow any of you to take this question.
I can take this question, and Lisa, you might want to jump in. I don't know, but Yeah, it was founded in 2012 by Brian, as Stefan said, a Salesforce veteran. We're based in Vancouver. We love to support Vancouver, but we do hire from all over the world. And we've got about almost 100 employees right now. Yeah, I don't know. Our culture is really great. I don't know if Lisa wants to speak to our culture and more about.
So I just joined Groundswell a couple of months ago, and I can honestly say that that it is a great place to work. We have beautiful offices in the Scotia Tower, which we miss at the moment because we're working fully remotely. I would say that leadership is extremely open-minded, and they always want the best for people. At the moment, we're all working fully remote, but we're also moving towards a hybrid model. So those of you who are interested in working, kind of from home, maybe 3 days a week, 1 or 2 days in the office, or whatever suits your lifestyle and allows you to do your best work. We're kind of really open-minded to supporting our employees that way. Our culture-wise, what I think is really cool, and what also connects with the Salesforce philosophy, if you know anything about the Salesforce company, if you've listened to Benny Hoff's keynotes on YouTube, he's always talking about engaging with the community, which I think is so important. Like we work to enrich ourselves and all of that, but we should also work to enrich our community. And our purpose is to be an enabler of success for both our clients and for our employees and for our the people around us in our community. So we have this amazing impact team. We plan things like tree planting and beach cleanup, and we do fun things as well. We don't just sort of work and no play. There has to be a good balance. I think work-life balance. As you progress in your career, you realize you can't just burn hot all the time. You need that balance, and so I think that's quite unique in our company, that our values are so strong and thoroughly lived in all the decisions that we make.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to hear how strongly rooted the company's values are in each and every one of your employees. So Michelle was curious how the pandemic was able to affect that and your general work life. Did it affect the operation of Groundswell in any ways?
Yeah, so maybe I'll start and you guys can join in. So, so the pandemic, as you know, it's been up and down for all companies. And initially, everybody thought, it'll just be a couple of weeks, and here we are. Here we certainly still are. So, so as I said earlier, we are working fully remotely, but our teams are amazing, and even we have team members in different time zones, so people adjust, and we just always want to do the best for our clients. And it's really been amazing to see that happen. The company's been brilliant in providing our employees with an allowance to buy your nice comfy chair and have a proper monitor and have all the proper equipment that you need. So we make sure that you're well taken care of. We have some some supports in the health side, some mental health support, that everybody can benefit from these days. And we try to do fun things in a virtual way, to kind of make people not feel so lonely and isolated. We had for Christmas cookie decorating online, and just really ways to sort of keep us all positive and keep us all going. And yeah, so I would say that even though it's overwhelming circumstances around us, Groundswell's managed to grow the business, continue to do well, continue to take care of our people, and I'm really proud of that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of that, we transitioned really seamlessly because we are cloud-based. So it was like Friday, and then we were all working from home, but it was pretty much a natural transition to same video calls, same Slack. I mean, we're still continuing to learn and grow, and be better communicators, and do more quick calls and things like that. But it's been really great, and the PNC team, our people and culture HR team, has been really great about making all these fun activities, like Lisa mentioned, Gather Town and our impact team making a difference, even though we're all still remote and in our community and stuff. So yeah, I think we've really excelled there personally. But
yeah, so I guess what I've learned is not only important to treat your clients well, but also your employees, especially in a time with coronavirus. Great. So moving on, Carmen would like to know about everyone's journey into Groundswell. And in addition, what advice you would give these students and undergraduate to maybe follow in your footsteps in the future?
I guess I can start, if that's okay. I actually remember even though it's been 2 years, I actually remember my interview experience vividly. Because one of the main reasons why was because I was very lucky to be able to interact throughout the interview process with a lot of different people, first of all, at various levels in the company, including the CEO, our colleague Ryan. And what really cemented everything from that experience in my memory was the fact that absolutely everybody that I interacted with, from the initial recruiter call to all the way meeting with Brian at the end, everybody was absolutely lovely and friendly to interact and to chat with. And they just made me feel so welcome. And eventually when I started with the company, I realized that it wasn't just an interview thing. It was very much across the board. That was what the culture was like. Everybody was very friendly, very down to earth, super personable, very humble, always willing to help. And it really struck me because I had never seen that before. So it really cemented that experience in my mind. I think that very much has become my life at Groundswell, actually. And I think from that perspective, for anybody who wants to join Groundswell, to be successful, first of all, to become a Groundsweller and then to be successful as a colleague at Groundswell, it's really easy. The only thing you have to do is, our values are teamwork, trust, and passion. First of all, we have a passion for technology, and we love what we do in technology. We trust each other to deliver the things that we said we were going to deliver on, and we invite each other to bring our whole selves to the team, to be able to take initiative, to bring our own ideas, to be able to have a realistic chance of breathing that value, as well as the most important one, and definitely not the least, even though it's the last, teamwork. We really put a lot of effort into being collaborative and support each other in everything that we do, being mindful to balance that with that whole self environment where you're able to bring your ideas and take initiative and try some new things and not be afraid to take some risks. And I love the encouragement and I love the engagement that comes out of that. And that, I think, it's very easy. If you want to become a colleague of ours, first of all, we invite you. And second of all, just remember, it's very easy. Teamwork, trust, and passion. Show us that, and we will absolutely meet you halfway through.
Yeah. Catherine and Liesl, do you have anything to add to that or anything to talk about with your own journeys to Groundswell?
I mean, I can speak to my background. I switched industries. I switched careers very recently. I worked in the aviation industry, and I decided to go back to school to go into HR. And so my graduation was actually at the beginning of the pandemic, as you guys. So no ceremony, no parties, all of that. And definitely the concern, like, am I going to find something that I'm really going to love, or am I going to be so stressed that I'll just take the first job that gets offered to me? So it's really so my advice to you is, take a little time, give yourself the space to research the companies that you're interested. This is already a great first step to attend today's event and to talk to all the different, get to know the culture and get to know the people, connect with people on LinkedIn and, just ask, can I meet you for a 15-minute virtual coffee? And ask people questions like, what do you like about your job? What's the hardest part about your job? And the more people you speak to, you'll start to notice what appeals to you and what kind of trends in your kind of interests. And really, the quality of the people you work with is so much more important than the name on the door. So I would really say, talk to people, know yourself, know what you value, know what's important to you. if you're somebody who really like values a good team spirit, a good company culture, if you value a lot of learning, then find a company that offers those things. If you're in it for the money, then go for the money, you know. So you need to know yourself first. Then you need to kind of see what's out there and really do your research. That's a really important advice. And once you start a new company, I would say be really humble. You know, we're all on different journeys and we're all different stages of those journeys. So you know, nobody's ever gonna shoot you down if you say, I'm sorry, I honestly don't know something. Can you help me? Can you teach me? You'll find that out there, most people love teaching somebody something else or love reaching out and helping. So you're actually, you know, providing them opportunity to develop their mentorship skills as well. So that's my 2 pieces of advice. Good luck.
That was really well said, Lisa. And just about you know, my perspective and background, I got a creative writing degree and I didn't utilize it right away. I was working as a barista and I found Groundswell and I really resonated with their values and you know, what they're about, their teamwork, passion, trust, and collaboration and creativity that I could use, and a lot of learning. So I was new to the corporate world, and it was, you know, they really were great in helping me through that transition and still learning about Salesforce and getting a bearing on that. So yeah, I think I only have positive things to say about that.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Thank you. Those are all very well spoken and detailed answers I'm sure all listeners will appreciate when considering whether they want to work at Groundswell. Adding on to that, I'm sure this is a topic everyone wants to hear about, internship and co-op opportunities at Groundswell. Well, so would one of you be able to speak just to generally what opportunities are open to students to work at Groundswell? And specifically, Zainab is wondering if you offer any design intern positions for this summer.
Yeah, I can speak to that. For the moment, I'll start with the last part of the question. For the moment, to my knowledge, nothing specific on the design part. However, it's still just January. So definitely keep an eye out on our career page, connect with us on LinkedIn. Groundswell is growing, and this year alone we'll be hiring lots. So definitely, just because it's not available right now doesn't mean it might not be very, very soon. So that's on that part. In terms of the internships, we've always been very dedicated to being able to give back to the community. And so from that perspective, that's really what sprung the internship program we have. I think, first of all, the internship is great, not just because it gives back, but also because it's focused around providing real life experience. And it's first and foremost, our internship, for example, lasts 8 months. Because of that reason, it's made up in such a way where it gives a lot of, first of all, a lot of hands-on training, hands-on support, a lot of mentorship throughout the internship, as well as people in the internship program, they get to join real-life projects and work with our clients. And so it's very much made from the perspective of providing real-life value and experience. In terms of future opportunities, I'm very happy and very proud to be able to say that Groundswell very much has an internship program that relates to creating full-time permanent opportunities out of those internships. We retain a lot of our interns. And actually, a case in point, one of our colleagues who unfortunately is not here with us today to chat for himself, but our colleague Henry, one of our development team leaders, who's been with the company for 2 years now, and he started as an intern, a developer intern, and in 2 years, he's already a team leader on the development team. So those opportunities are absolutely possible. We have career paths already created at Groundswell as part of a framework that provides growth and opportunities, but we are very much able to create individual career paths, depending on where individuals want to grow and where individuals want to learn more and develop professionally and individually. So that's absolutely possible at Groundswell.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sure that gives a lot more insight into what a potential intern would do when working at Groundswell. Adding on to that a little bit, Anlin would like to know if one of you could provide an example of a past intern project or something cool that an intern worked on in the past.
Great question.
We did formulate our sponsored prize a bit around this. One of the past projects was a SkyTrain situation. So from my understanding, we use Salesforce. So that's why we sponsored the prize, to do with utilizing Salesforce, at least one, technology there. But for the internship type project, it was how do you use Salesforce with a tap-on, tap-off system through the SkyTrain. I think this was a very introductory one, but maybe, I don't know if you recall this at all, Stefan, but that's from my understanding, what I've heard, something along the technical side is, though I'm not well-versed.
Yeah, that's the one I know about as well, actually. That's the one I know. And I actually know exactly what you know, too. So, and what happens what's really funny is that all of us here today, we are part of Groundswell, but unfortunately we're not involved with the technical side of projects, and a lot of the times we don't have that detail, at least not in depth. We know some of the things, like my colleague Catherine just explained, but we don't know all the ins and outs of the technical projects because we're not involved with them, unfortunately, all the way down to the finer details.
We do have mentors here that are technical, so feel free to ask that question in the Groundswell chat and can address it there.
Maybe I can add on to that. My job is doing a lot of onboarding, so I get to check in with people, 1 month, 3 months on, and to see how they're getting on. And always when I ask, like, what do you like best and what's going well, they say, oh, the people are really cool, but they also said, they always say, oh, the projects are so interesting. It's challenging work and it's really interesting. And Groundswell is sort of the go-to company. If you have a really challenging project that nobody else can really do, like, Groundswell's going to find a way. We're the ones who are going to sort it out. So whenever I speak to employees, they really always mention how interesting and challenging the work is. So I encourage you, as Catherine said, reach out to our mentors and ask them a little more. Of course, we're bound by confidentiality with some of our clients, but they can certainly give you some idea of what it would be like.
Yeah. So combining John and Jacob's question a little bit, to touch more on these projects that Groundswell has been working on, could you give an example of a sort of problem that you solve for your clients, and or a favorite project that you've been working on?
Well, I don't think any of us here have been involved in working with clients, unfortunately. And I think, to echo Liesel's earlier comment, we have mentors here in the chat that are part of project work and part of the development team, including development managers. And I think that's definitely a question that you can absolutely post in the chat there, and they will be able to provide a lot more context. However, one of the outlines of a recent project that we've worked on in the technology sector, and I hope you understand, unfortunately, I can't name clients. What I can say, though, is that it is a global technology company, and one of the things that we were trying to achieve, and we've achieved with this, was a fully customized solution across the board for the organization, and that needed to be implemented across 100 countries. And so it affected to my knowledge, it affected every single aspect of their business. in every single country they had a presence. So that's a very large scale project, first of all, that was custom made. Now, the really good news about that is that through the internship program, they would actually have a chance to work on projects like that too. So I can say that at least.
Great. Thank you so much for the amount of detail you were fit to provide. I understand that since none of you work on the technical side, like you said, it's better to ask these on the Discord channels and for other mentors to be able to address them. As we're running short on time, I think this is a really great question to end it off on. But Michelle would like to know, if each of you have to describe Groundswell in a single word, what would it be?
Only one word?
One word. But you can elaborate maybe on why you chose that word.
All right, can I start? I have one. Do you have one, Stefan?
Yeah, go ahead. You first.
Okay. I would say passion. I really would say passion. Like, everybody cares so much about what they do. It's awesome to be part of a team who's so engaged and who's so excited about everything that's going on. So yeah, definitely passion.
Mine would be teamwork, for sure. Hopefully that's still one word.
Still one word. I would have to go with trust and caring. Like, to echo what Liesl said about passion, like, we're a really caring bunch of people here, and we care about the solutions we provide and passionate about it, and we care for each other as a team. So yeah, trust is huge, having trust for each other.
Oh, that's really wholesome to hear. As we're short on time now, I'd like to give one big thank you to Liesl, Stefan, and Catherine for coming out here today and answering all our questions. I think that will be it for us today. For the viewer, feel free to check in on Hootsuite's Q&A that's coming up next. As for Groundswell, if you need anything more from them, make sure to add them in the Discord channels, because they'll be active in answering your questions. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Just say good luck to everybody, and I wish for you all really meaningful and successful careers ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, our website, and we'll be on Discord if you have any more questions.
Yep. Best of luck, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for coming out once again. Big thank you.
Thank you.